Well, hi there, and welcome to our first Mission Moments at Forest Park. My name's Luke Austin. I serve as the worship pastor. These segments, we're going to be highlighting one of the ministries that Forest Park is connected to, so we can learn more about who is in the ministry, what they do, and then how we can be in support of and help. Today, I am joined by Becca Sischo from Muskegon Pregnancy Services. Becca, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Will you tell us a little bit about yourself, your family, and y'all's connection to Forest Park?
All right. My name is Becca Sischo, and my husband and I, probably everybody knows Jack. I'm usually known as Jack's wife. We've been here for about 10 years. We have 6 grown children and additionals, spouses, girlfriends, and 4 grandchildren. So about half of us come here. So we get to come and worship together, which is amazing. So
that's awesome. You've been working with Muskegon Pregnancy Services for how long, and what do you do there?
I have been there for 4 years. The first 3 years that I was there, I was just a volunteer. I met with the pregnant women that came in, and I taught labor and delivery classes. That's what I did. And then I also was trained on SRA, which is a preventative program for schools and youth groups. And I'll talk a little bit more about that, but I was trained in all of that. About May, I was actually hired in as the education coordinator for MPS. So it's my job to coordinate our education portion of MPS to get into the schools and the youth groups, and then along with that, teaching the labor and delivery class, which we offer free for our clients.
Oh, you do a lot.
I do.
So what is Muskegon Pregnancy Services, and what do they do?
Muskegon Pregnancy Service is probably most commonly known as the place that deals with at-risk pregnancies. That is still what we do, but we are a little bit beyond that. For years, it was just focused on the mom, and we are trying to make dads a part of that, because dads are very much a part of that and should be a part of that. So we try to focus more on the couple. We see them, we do ultrasounds, we do training, we do a lot of life skills. So they come in and meet with us once a week, and we go through that for them through their pregnancy, and then they can earn points to buy stuff that they might need that might not be able to afford on their own. On top of that, we now do STD testing, where we have gone from taking and supporting them after the fact, after they're already pregnant, and we're trying to do more preventative. Getting out there and trying to make aware of STDs and like the preventative that I teach. So we're trying to we do STD testing, and we offer classes to churches. We offer classes to schools. In fact, we just spent 2 weeks at Port Middle School. They had us come in and teach our classes there. So that was amazing. It was the first school that we've gotten into in West Michigan, or the Lake Shore. We're in a lot in Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo, but on the Lake Shore. So we do a lot more than what people realize what we do. We have gone from just dealing with the at-risk pregnancy to more of a trying to prevent some of that.
Right, a very expansive ministry.
Yes.
And growing.
Yes.
So what is MPS's relationship and connection with Forest Park?
Forest Park has always helped us out by doing the baby bottle boomerangs. It's an annual thing we usually do, where we bring these little bottles in and people take them home, fill them with change, money, bring them all back. That's usually a way that financially you guys help us out. We have, and I was talking to Jack about it, and I want to use this as an opportunity. We have a parishioner here at church that is involved in everything MPS does. Every fundraiser, because we do 5 or 6 different fundraisers throughout the course of the year, because we are a nonprofit. She is involved in every single thing we do. So I want to shout out to Jean Warren. She is amazing. She comes here and she has been everybody at work loves her. They know her name. She's just been a huge advocate for us.
Awesome.
I'm very grateful for that.
Okay. And how can we help?
Oh, goodness. Obviously, like I said, we are a nonprofit. So financially, any help is amazing. But there's so much more to it that, for the church to be involved, and this is huge. These are the things that we deal with on an everyday basis are very touchy subjects in a church. People don't like to talk about sex. People don't like to talk about STDs. Muskegon County is third in the state for gonorrhea and chlamydia. People don't want to talk about the unwed mothers. I mean, they're glad they're being taken care of, but nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to talk about abortion. The churches don't want to talk about these or, I don't know if get involved is the right word, but, we just need more hands-on. We need volunteers to come in to talk to some of these ladies. We need, opened up, to have our classes. We teach classes for parents on what their kids are going to be taught in school. We teach classes for 4th and 5th grade. We teach middle school, high school, and we even have a young adult class that we teach.
Wow.
And it's making the preventative choices to stay everybody here knows the word abstinence. If you were raised in the church at all, that's what you heard growing up. We take it farther than that as an overall optimal, healthy way to be a teenager and a young adult. And how using these tools, you can go into an adult life, an adult marriage without all this baggage and all the stuff that goes along with that.
Right.
So we do a lot of the preventative training and with parents. Parents are the biggest influences on these subjects with kids. Whether the kids will admit it or not,
right.
They still are, which is one of the reasons we do a class for parents. And just being open to the fact that, okay, the church in general struggles with this. Let's just be better at it. And this is a statistic that is heartbreaking. In the U.S., 1 in 4 women have abortion in their background.
Wow.
In the church, it's 1 in 3.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That is astonishing.
Yeah. So you'll have people sitting in your pews, and we've interviewed a lady who grew up in the church, went to church her whole life, had her abortion, came back to church, and she said she would never tell anybody in her church because of the repercussions she would have.
Wow.
And to know that 1 in 3 women out there,
yes,
sitting in our pews,
right,
have had an abortion in her background. We need to be open to talking about this and giving healing. That's another thing we do. We have abortion healing at the center. So we have a couple of ladies that have had abortions that will work these girls through abortion healing.
Wow. Imagine that's a painful process to go through, but also just the availability of having someone to talk to.
Yes.
And the church needs to definitely be open to talk about this subject.
And churches aren't going to have the resources, but to be in connection with, hey, we know somewhere you can go where you can be safe, there's no judgment. It's what can we do to, first of all, make your heart right and ultimately bring you to Christ. Mm-hmm. But we have to be very careful, especially when we go into schools. That line of faith-based is a very thin line. Yeah. So we have a different way that we teach the same curriculum, but when we go into a school versus in a youth group. Mm-hmm. But just ultimately, their relationship with Christ is the final goal, but to help them heal from these different.
Right.
None of these girls want to be in this situation. And so how to keep them out of these situations in the future, and then what to do to heal from being in those situations.
Wow, a very holistic mindset
It is.
in ministry.
Yes, very much so.
Thank you so much for being here and for doing this talk. The bottle drive begins Sunday, February 28th. So let's grab one and fill it up, and let's keep praying for and supporting this great ministry. We'll see you later.